So we have phi equal to q over epsilon naught. So you can see that the flux which is passing through the closed surface depends only upon the magnitude of the charge and inversely on the absolute permittivity of the air or vacuum present inside the Gaussian surface. We are not finding any r, that is the distance between the location of the charge and the any point on the surface of the Gaussian sphere. So this indicates that whether you are having your charge present anywhere inside the surface, you present at the center, you present over here, here, or just below the surface, because by changing the location of the charge you are not able to change the magnitude of q. Epsilon naught is not changing. This means that the flux through any closed surface due to a charge only depends upon the magnitude of the charge. It is not dependent upon whether the charge is in motion or whether it is in the stationary state. So phi is independent of state of rest or of uniform motion of the charge, because we are actually calculating number of field lines. So by changing the state of the charge we are not able to change its strength, we are not able to change its electric field, we are not able to change its field line numbers. So flux remains a constant quantity. If we had two charges inside the surface, one q1, another q2, in that case phi will be equal to 1 over epsilon naught q1 plus q2. So if q1 is equal to plus q, q2 is equal to minus q, then q net will be equal to 0. So in that case phi will also be equal to 0. Also, if q is positive, phi will also be positive, flux will be positive, field lines are moving away, positive flux. But if q is in negative, flux will also be negative. That means field lines penetrating through the surface, going inside the surface. So not only the calculation of flux gives us how we can calculate the electric field strength, but from that we can also find the nature of the charge present inside the surface responsible for the generation of electric field. So positive flux means positive charge is inside the surface, negative flux means a negative charge is present inside the surface. So we have having two equations for the electric flux. One, phi is equal to E dot dA, and one, phi is equal to q net over epsilon naught. So by combining we can write it as phi is equal to closed surface integral of electric field, which is also equal to q net over epsilon naught. Okay. Also remember, if inside the surface a material medium is there, a material medium is present inside the Gaussian surface which has absolute permittivity epsilon, then phi will be equal to q net over epsilon, or we can also write it as q over epsilon r epsilon naught, or q over k into epsilon naught, where epsilon r is the relative permittivity, or we know that k is dielectric constant. So here we had the statement of Gauss theorem as well as the some important points which we had to remember about the Gauss theorem. Now we want to make use of the Gauss theorem in order to find electric flux due to a single charge or due to a group of charges. How to do that? What are the steps which we have to follow? That we will see in the next video.